everybody. Welcome to TL's Roadhouse, in the pool house, in the man cave. Lindsey is running sound, so pray for us. So we decided that we needed to talk to Derek today. Derek Parnell.
What's up?
Guitar player, studio engineer, musician. What other titles can we put above you?
Casterman. Not
Casterman.
much of a fisherman, but
that require castor oil to be a caster?
Well, no, I cast a lot, but I don't catch a lot. So that's why I'm a casterman. Or anglerman.
Anglerman. You just creating words like Don King.
Yeah,
now.
why not? Hell.
Perry County, Tennessee. So tell me about Perry County, Tennessee.
Perry County, about an hour and a half west of Nashville, right on the Tennessee River. And it's right where the Loretta Lynn exit is, if you've ever been through there. Very small town, about 10,000 people, I think, in the entire county. And that's where I went to school. Graduated from there, went to college MTSU. And, wound up working in the studio and then met you, and here we are.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, were you a good student?
I was an excellent student. Beta club.
Really?
Except for, let's see, my senior year, I made a 92 in Spanish.
Were you the master in that club?
What's that? Well, not on the record, but from my point of view, yeah, probably. But so yeah, I had a 92 in Spanish 2 for my final average, so that knocked me out of the beta club. But still, I was top 10.
Really?
Yeah. But it was only out of like 81 people, so yeah.
So that's kind of scary, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, because I've seen you work.
You've heard me talk.
Oh my gosh, you are so country.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
do that.
that's all right though.
That's at Perry County.
I know that's redneck country down there.
Grew up on the what was it called, Possum Creek in Flatwoods. Yeah.
Explain Possum Creek and Flatwoods.
Possum Creek and Flatwoods. Well, it's runs right along Possum Creek, and that's where my granny lived. And
okay,
and that's where I rode my bicycle for miles and miles and miles down there. Used to ride along these cows, and they say if you wear red, the bulls will run after you. So I'd have a red T-shirt on. I'd forget, and I'd be riding by. I'm like, oh shit, But the cows never, and the bulls never moved.
They never bothered.
They never bothered.
Have you ever tipped a cow?
I have never tipped a cow. I wanted to because I've never had the opportunity to. I've smacked golf balls at cows. I didn't hit them.
That's mean.
I didn't hit it. My buddy did. I knew I wouldn't hit him. I'm not that good at golf.
So I remember when we were kids, I would stay with my grandmother in the summertime, and my aunt and her husband had a trailer house right next to my grandmother's house, and I had a cousin that was there all the time, Wayne, and we liked to mess with people. So my Uncle Robert he would plant a tomato garden every year, and he would get you've seen the green stakes that they put in the whole tomato plants up, and they have a little, like a whip to them. They have a little snap. My grandmother had these persimmon trees in the yard, and when they come on the tree, they're real hard and green. Yeah. They get real mushy and nasty when they start getting ripened up and everything. Well, me and Wayne would take those tomato stakes and we'd sharpen them down to a point, and you could get those persimmons when they were real green and stick them on in that stick, and we got really good. There was this old man that was like 2 or 3 houses down the road. I bet it was 100 yards, but you could land those persimmons all around. And he would sit out there in the yard in that lawn chair, and we would start chucking them persimmons. He had no idea where they were coming from.
I've never heard of persimmon flicking.
Oh, persimmon flicking is a great thing.
Oh, God, that's country.
That is country. Oh, man, you got any stories like that from childhood?
Oh, man. The only thing about steaks would be like go out there and pick your own switch kind of deal from a peach tree.
What's the worst whipping you ever had?
Worst whipping? Oh, man, probably when I was in 6th grade. My mom ordered a bunch of stuff for Christmas, and I got mad at her, and all the packages came in, and I got off the school bus like 30 minutes to an hour before she got home every day, and I opened every one of them, dude. I still feel so bad about that. God, it hurt my mom.
What'd you get mad about?
I don't even remember. Hell, I was in 6th grade. Who knows?
That's just
She probably wouldn't let me go to a buddy's house or something. Who knows? I was a little shit. And I haven't done anything like that since, and I still feel terrible about it. That was
well, you should, because that's
that was pretty
awful.
bad. That was bad.
That's like all us moms do is like plan Christmas for our kids.
And I ruined the whole thing in like October.
That's just
It was terrible.
Terrible. It's just terrible. So I know you have a musical history in your family. We'll get off all that and kind of start business a little bit.
Yeah.
I know your dad worked for Loretta Lynn for
Yes, sir.
years. What exactly did he do for
He
Miss
was out
Loretta?
there. Well, he was best friends with, still is, really good friends with Loretta's son Ernie. So he was out there selling merch. God, I forget how many years, but basically just raising hell all over the country. Him and Ernie, and making a lot of money selling T-shirts and making money for himself and for Loretta. So,
What's the best road story that your dad's told you from time out there at Loretta?
Oh my God!
Give me just one good one, and it don't have to be anything incriminating for anybody.
Probably one where he was in Vegas, and actually Vaughn Reed, he was there for this one. He verified the story.
So Vaughn used to work for George Jones.
Yes, for Jones. Then my dad worked for Jones for maybe a year or something like that, selling merch out there. But they were in Vegas one time, and he, as you do in Vegas, got hammered drunk, and Vaughn had to get him out of the casino to lead him back to the bus so he could lay down, take him a nap, sleep it off. So he's out there, and I guess Vaughn lets go of him to open the bus door, and my dad just falls down in the parking lot and got a piece of gravel stuck in his nose right there. So wakes up the next morning, this chunk of gravel was still in his nose, pulls it out, bleeding like a stuck hog. He's still got a scar from it this day.
Well, fun times, man. Golly.
Like father, like son, I guess.
Yeah, I think I've fallen down once or twice out on the road too. I think you've borne witness to a couple of those little episodes.
Bristol.
Oh yeah. Well, that was on stage. That was not my fault.
You bounced back up though. I admired that. It was cool.
Spring in my step.
Yeah, it was funny.
So, what's some of your earliest musical influences? I mean, you're a good guitar player. Guitar. What other instruments you play?
I wanted to be a drummer, but my mom was anti-drum kit.
Yeah.
So that's my stepdad played guitar, and he just happened to have them laid around the house, so that's kind of how that came to be. But early musical influences would be Skynyrd for sure. Skynyrd and Metallica, top two. Probably Allman Brothers, ZZ Top, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
That kind of deal. I love country, but I didn't really get into it until, hardcore until I was probably about 18, something like that. Because my dad always had me, he'd be playing these Merle Haggard records and Ray Price and stuff like that, and he'd son, just listen to that acoustic guitar. And for years and years, I couldn't hear it because all I wanted to hear was the drums and the lead guitar.
Yeah.
And then one day it finally clicked, and I was like, oh my God. And then you try to play that stuff, and it sounds really simple, but it is so not, especially the slow waltzes. I mean, it's you really got to concentrate on those.
Yeah. So, when you went to MTSU, you studied engineering and Pro Tools and all that kind of stuff. What was the thought process going into that? Did you want to be a studio engineer? Were you planning on doing road stuff? I mean, what was your mindset?
So what happened with that is, my freshman year of college, I went to Austin P, and I didn't know what I wanted to study. I knew I wanted to learn music because we didn't have a music program in my high school, or any school in Perry County for that matter. So I got there and I signed up for guitar performance. I didn't realize it was going to be classical music. So they make you grow your fingernails out. Now, hindsight, I still do two of the fingernails, but the reason I transferred to MTSU is because in my private guitar lesson that day, my guitar professor looked at me and said, "Give me your nails. Let me see your hand." I was like, "Do what now? What?" And he said, "Let me see your nails. I'm going to do your nails." I was like, "No, hell no." So that is the day that
So you changed schools over that?
Yes. This guy wanted to do my freaking nails because I used to bite my nails really bad. So
Well, I know session players that actually do fake nails on certain fingers because of the texture, the density of them, and the way, especially thumbnails.
And they'll break off too. But that's the reason. Like the Brent Mason thing, he'll do the little pasties on these two fingers there. So I keep those a little longer because they're just free mini guitar picks. Yeah. But the day that I had a man wanted to do my nails is the day that I decided I was going to transfer to MTSU. So I got to MTSU and was like, okay, so guitar performance is out. Not doing that. I'm not sitting there playing guitar with my foot on a stool reading a piece of paper. That looks like you're practicing. I'm not doing that. So went to MTSU and I was like, all right, well, what else is there? And I saw this multi-track recording. Had no interest in it really. Just decided to pick it up and found out that I loved it. It's amazing because I love to play, but then I didn't know the whole process behind getting those sounds and like how a record is actually made. And, when you're in there watching everything go down to tape or Pro Tools or whatever versus the final product, I mean, it is night and day.
Oh,
It's
big time.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's a fascinating process to watch it all go down. And then to take the raw inputs from a lot of those implementations, when a lot of raw input before it's ever touched by an engineer and mixed out, a lot of it when it comes out with these players, because they have the touch, is pretty phenomenal. Yeah. But tightening up everything, compressing it all, getting everything to layer in its spots, working on the EQs on all that stuff, panning all the little the fairy dust and stuff on top of it, man. That's pretty cool stuff.
The thing about Nashville, too, is like, a lot of places, New York, L.A., not so much Texas. They ain't got it figured out yet. But these Nashville players, man, they give you the tones and everything so that the engineer doesn't have to, I mean, you really don't have to do that much at all. I'm not trying to diminish their workload or whatever, but one engineer, Tony Castle, told me, he said, man, as long as you put a microphone close to Brent Mason's amp, it's going to sound awesome.
Yeah.
You know, Tom Bukovac, or, you know, the same with like Chad Cromwell on drums or whatever. If you get a microphone close to the source, these guys are going to give you what you need already. So just don't screw it up. Capture it, yeah.
Yeah, but there's, you know, when you get down to drums, and a lot of people use triggers because they're trying to get a certain kind of snare sound, where you used to have to go through a lot of different stuff to try to get the snare sound you want. Now with Pro Tools, everything is in the box.
Oh, yeah, and it's so much easier.
Oh, man, you've got every little ding and cling and ting and all, and every little shaker and every type of sound that you could freaking imagine, where we used to roam around in the parking lot and pull people's hubcaps off and hit them with sticks to see which one sounded like what we thought we wanted to hear. So there was all kinds of stuff like that going on years ago. Man,
one of the craziest sounds I heard in the studio once was take a pizza box and put a bunch of BBs in it and smack it with a paintbrush. Killer snare sound.
Really?
You blend it in with the snare. You know, you don't use that just solely for your snare, but I've beat on a suitcase before for a kick drum to blend in. It's all kinds of stuff. It's crazy.
That's pretty cool, man. Yeah. So tell me some of the projects that you worked on, because you were, I know you said that you went to Starstruck and intern for a while, and then you ended up at Sound Emporium. So what are some of the projects that you worked on before I met you?
Very first thing I got my name on was an intern, while I was an intern at Starstruck, and it was Blake Shelton's Red River Blue. And I got this package in the mail one day from Warner Music, and I was like, what? What is this? And I opened it up.
It's a bill.
And it's, yeah, right. And it was like, it was a letter from Scott Hendricks and thanking me for my contribution to the album, and then a copy of the CD. And I was like, holy shit. So there was that. That kind of started it all. And then my favorite ones would be, I worked on 3 Willie records, Eric Clapton, 3 Kenny Chesneys, but mainly the Willies and the Clapton. And then there was an Elvis one where Dwayne Eddy came in.
Yeah.
And that was really, really cool, just because it was just a guitar overdub, but you still get your name on it because you worked on one of the sessions. But it was really, really cool to sit there with Dwayne Eddy, like one of the first original kind of guitar heroes from way back when. And it was awesome because his amp was humming. And Dave Leonard, the engineer, said, man, your amp is humming. He said, man, it's been humming since 1954 or whatever it is. So we just rolled with it, and it sounded great. It was cool, man. So
do you consider yourself more of a Tele or a Strat guy?
Oh, Steve Ray Vaughan, dude, Strat.
Strat, man.
Strat. Love it.
Yeah.
It's Teles are extremely versatile, but, man, I love that out-of-phase Strat thing, Skinnerd, Sweet Home Alabama.
That rock and roll thing.
Swamp
and country
music,
has a lot more of that stuff in it now than what it used to. And we play around with some of that stuff live, too.
But Teles can spank, though, man. Like everybody thinks of them.
They've got a certain, that single coil, man, it's got a certain sound to it.
But everybody thinks of it as a country guitar. Dude, one of the guitar players from Slipknot, his signature guitar is a Tele. So, I mean, it doesn't have to always be country. It just depends on the application of it.
What's how many guitars you got? Tell me about each one.
Shit, dude.
You got one's got blue tape on it. I know that.
Yeah, because of the Texas heat. John T. Flores down there. It was about, what was it, 99 on stage at 10
and it was
p.m.
like 110 during the day, and it got down to 99 at 10 o'clock or something like that.
That's my pride and joy right there. Martin D18, Jason Isbell, signature. Love Jason Isbell. And got a big old fat neck on it. But yeah, the binding started coming loose because it was so dadgum hot down there. They just ain't made for that. You're supposed to keep them like 70 degrees, not 110.
Well, the guitar wasn't the only thing breaking down. Everything else was falling apart.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just the Texas heat was unbearable this year.
It was ridiculous.
Didn't something come unglued one day because of the heat?
My binding is that's what he's talking about. That I've got the blue tape on it.
He's got painter's
that's what the tape's for.
He's got painter's tape on his guitar.
I called Gruins, and they're too busy, as always, so I'm going to have to wait till we shut down.
We're almost done. We just have a few left.
I got to wait till we shut down for Christmas, and it'll be back in tip-top shape, man.
That's all
Yeah.
man. So tell me what you do when you're not on the road, and you haven't done any work in the studio in a while. I mean, you pretty much got out of all that.
I pretty much got out of it because if you're going to do that and give it the give it what it deserves, then you have to be present at all times, man. Like, because if they call you, you need to be able to say, yes, I can be there tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole different life, man. Yeah, so, and it varies. Yeah. Do you ever do it? I mean, everybody's got a different work. What artists have the craziest work schedule? Do you ever have somebody that wanted to come in at like 1 or 2 in the morning and work all night? I've heard Mutt Lang likes to do that, man.
Yeah, let's see. Who was it? I want to say Alabama Shakes. They would stay in there late. And then the guy that was my mentor, Derek Basin over at Starstruck, man, he would sit there and mix until 2 or 3 in the morning, and come in at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing about this studio life. It is cool. It's awesome. It's amazing. But man, and just like
all consuming
music, yes. I mean, you basically live at the studio, and you don't get any sunshine. You're sitting behind a computer all day long,
drinking lots of coffee and carbonated sodas.
Yeah, and just doing whatever you can to stay awake, essentially, and. It just, God dang, man, it will beat you down if you don't take care of yourself. Same as the road, though.
Yeah.
But the road's infinitely more fun because you get to travel. Everybody works their whole life to save up money to go travel and go on vacation. Dude, we have a paid vacation every weekend.
I think we live a constant party.
It's way better.
You come home, your wife says, like, I have been here taking care of this and stuff. Oh, I know you don't have a wife, but it's like, I've done this. What have you been? I've been paying for all this shit.
Can we just make note that when I go out on the road, make sure that it's never a party because I don't want my husband to think that I'm just going out on the road to party. I'm there to do a job.
You're working.
I'm there to do a job.
You're working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're working all the time. I'm just talking about the band and me.
Okay, good. Whew, glad we clarified that.
Don't worry, Lindsey. It'll be fine. So, I had a question in mind. You just fucked me up.
Damn it, Lindsey.
Okay, so, you've been with me 3-4 years now.
That's 8.
8?
September 15th.
Yeah, my child. How old is your child? 17. No, she's 22.
September 15th. No,
it's been that long. Joe's been trying to fire you for 8 years, and I hadn't let him do it yet.
September 18th, 2015 was my first day. Yep.
What's your highlight reel of 5 of your favorite shows?
5 of my favorite shows. Number 1 would be. I was thinking about this morning. Number 1 would be CMA Fest at the stadium, Titan Stadium. This year. That was unbelievable. When we started, it wasn't completely full. By the time we got finished,
I mean, play 5 songs.
Whatever it was. But
we were the opening act. That's where they put us old guys.
Yeah, but that thing holds like 80,000 people or something.
That's massive.
That's Metallica numbers.
I know.
That's
cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like I just imagine when I was a kid playing in front of 500. I mean, you imagine 80,000 out there. It was overwhelming. It was awesome.
It was okay.
It was cool. But, I love the big festivals, man. Like the Country Thunders and the Faster Horses. I feel like I always bring those up. But it's 7 Peaks, stuff like that, because I love Colorado.
And why do you love Colorado?
Obvious reasons. Come on. America's coming around.
So what do you do in the off time when we're shutting down, man? We just have a handful of shows left, and we'll be coming into the holidays.
Off time will be doing stuff around the house I've been neglecting all year because we've been traveling constantly, which I'm not complaining. Love it. But, yard needs to get mowed, laundry needs to get done, and love to go fishing, but...
It's going to be cold here soon.
Yeah. Hey, they say sauger fishing's really good when it gets cold. Sauger? I've never caught one. I've seen a couple of them. My dad was telling this story the other night. He said... he went out with a buddy of his, and he brought a 6-pack of beer with him. And he said it was so cold out there that he couldn't drink but about 2 of them beer. And his buddy's like, "Oh man, the colder it gets, the better it gets. Now just check this out." He said, "Well, by God, it's about God as good as it's gonna get for me because I'm about ready to go to the house. I'm numb." But apparently, it's good eating. It was explained to me like it's if you take a catfish and a crappie and kind of combine the two. So that's what it tastes like.
I like both of those.
Yeah. So it's got to be pretty good, but they got teeth, so you don't want.
So of all the places that we've traveled and everything, where's a place anywhere in the world that we haven't been that you want to go?
Man, I would love to go to Ireland for one. Australia would be cool. I'd really go to London. Yeah, and see the first Grand Lodge over there. That's a big thing. So that'd be really cool.
Well, hopefully we're going to get to do all those things.
That'd be
before it's
awesome.
over with.
Yeah. New Zealand. That would be a place to go.
New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand would be
that.
cool. Japan. Hell, all of them. Let's hit them all. There's nowhere I don't want to go other than Middle East.
Yeah.
And, maybe Yuma, Arizona.
Odessa.
Odessa. Yeah, is that the place that stinks?
It's like natural
is that
gas.
the natural gas? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's
Yeah.
everywhere. It smells like rotten egg farts.
Remember, we played. My friend Herb Graham has that club down there, Graham Central Station. We played it a bunch.
Yeah.
And there's this other place down there. What's that one place? That outdoor little. I don't, the only way I remember it is their signature dish on this Mexican menu at this restaurant, outdoor beer garden, was called the poo poo platter. Do you remember that?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about?
I've heard Rodney Carrington talk about the poo-poo platter because that's
Well,
the only
you
thing
know
he can
what it
pronounce.
does to you. It is not good.
Not good.
Plate
Yeah,
job.
we don't have to go back there. It's bad. I mean, it's like you need to get flushed out after that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's bad.
All right, Derek, cat or dogs?
Dogs, for sure.
Do you have any?
Dogs, I travel too much.
Oh,
I
that's
do have a baby brother. It's my dad's dog. His name is Lefty. He's a Catahoula cur, and I love him dearly.
You can borrow one of mine. I got a
Oh,
bunch.
God, I'd love to have both of them, the Great Danes.
Salty or sweet?
Sweet. I've had a sweet tooth since I was a kid.
Early bird or night owl?
Fucking night owl.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
I love Lowrider. All my friends have a Lowrider. He's got that bounce to it.
It does. Got a good bass part.
You do it.
That's my entrance theme when I walk into a room. That's what's playing in my head.
I wish you had like a boom box that you literally when you walked in the room. Oh my god. Okay, do you own your own Netflix account or do you mooch off something else?
I've owned it since, like 06, and I've been wanting to cancel it because they just keep increasing the price, and I never watch it. Now, when I first had it, it was like $5.99 a month. Now it's like $17, and I never watch it, but I can't bring myself to cancel it because I've had it for so long. It's just, I don't want to part with it.
I thought you had a commitment issue.
Yeah,
but no.
it is. Sentimental value.
Loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loyalty, that's right.
Brand loyalty. Okay.
What was your last Google search?
Oh.
That's why you need your phone.
Oh.
Yourself, I think. The picture of yourself.
Can I move my phone away from Apple Watch while updating Apple Watch?
Oh, very intelligent.
Oh.
Very good.
Yeah.
Do you actually use
nerd.
Google, or do you use something else?
No, I use Google.
Yeah.
Do you like to hunt or fish better?
Fish. I love hunting, but I'm not going to crawl up in a tree at 4 o'clock in the morning and freeze my bag off. I just ain't going to do it.
Favorite Taylor Swift song?
Drop everything now. Meet me in the pouring rain.
Love it. All right, liquor, beer, or wine?
All of them.
Touche.
And do you prefer to fly or drive?
Ooh. I love the act of flying. I just hate the BS you got to go through to get on and off of the plane.
You're more of a
Private
private
flyer.
flyer.
Yeah, you know, when you walk on the tarmac with your rifle in hand,
Yeah, that's
for
what-
hunting.
that's
for
what I
hunting
like.
purposes, people, come on. Jesus.
What's your favorite Tracyism?
Favorite. I was thinking about this one too. It's it's either now carry your ass or get your shit together, Junior. Finally get your shit together. 'Cause I've heard that one quite a few times.
Do I really say that?
It wasn't needed.
When needed.
You keep me on.
After I listened to Joe Grapp about you for a couple hours. Tighten up.
Hey, I watch game film all the time. Now the fan posted videos, I've gotten better. I pay attention.
We got to get him and Joe sit
Oh, that'd
down
be
and you
great.
mediate it.
Oh,
I feel like that. We've talked about Joe so much, like with you. We'll see.
We need to get to know Joe on here.
Yeah, we need to get to know Joe.
Okay, and then last, what is your least favorite Tracy Lawrence song?
You know, I've thought about this one too. All right.
Did you give him these questions in advance?
Well,
Then why would you be thinking about
well,
this?
because
Because he had to read
there was this time where I didn't record her microphone, so that's why I'm redoing this. Audio engineer. I said paint me a Birmingham last time, and it's because it's a half step down, and it's aggravation to play at campfires when somebody hands you a beat up old guitar that's in standard tuning. They want you to play along with the record. But it's good old days.
Regarding Derek, I think you just bring a good vibe to the whole band.
Well, thank you.
So that, I mean, to me, that's the heart of it. It's just it's a chill out kind of have a good time while you're out here. Sometimes I want to hang out on the bus or something. You're like, hey, let's go see this town. I'm like, and I'm always glad when I go.
Yeah,
man. It's just a cool vibe.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
it brings a good vibe.
Young vibe.
I think
Enthusiasm,
Vibe.
sense of discovery about stuff. It's just a cool.
Everything is a sense of wonder.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
I appreciate
what he said.
Once you lose your sense of wonder, then you just get bored. And don't take yourself too seriously all the time.
Isn't that opening line of a Leanne Womack song?
What is it?
I hope you never lose your sense of wonder.
Oh yeah, it is.
I love
Get
her.
your fill to eat, but never eat that hunger.
I
Never
love
lose
her.
that hunger.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great line.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sorry,
I think
just
she wrote that right after she got divorced.
Wait, really?
No, the writer did.
Oh.
Yeah, I forget her name. Shoot, I can't remember.
okay.
Well, all right.
Derek Parnell, send us out.